Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about shouldering pistols with these stabilizing braces that are out there. Obviously this one here is the SB-47 for AK pattern weapons, but there's also the SIG one out there for AR style weapons. So up until very recently, this was a very controversial issue within the gun community, and the ATF has put out a ruling, a letter, which I'll put a copy of a link directly to it in the description, and I'll also put a copy of it at the end so you guys can actually see it here in the video. But they've clarified that there is no way to illegally fire this weapon, as it is considered a pistol, and this stabilizing brace is considered an accessory, approved accessory for pistols. So in fact, it is legal to fire from the shoulder. So what we're going to do today is talk about that a little bit, and what I found doing it in my experience, and the pros and cons of it, and then the legal aspects of it that also need to be covered, because not everything is a go, at least not of yet. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today, coming up in the video. One disadvantage that you're definitely going to have with the SB-47 or any sort of pistol stock on there is just length of pull from the prone position. So it's certainly not ideal for that, unless you're just very short, maybe like 5'4" and under. But it's definitely a trade-off. When you're standing upright and squared off, it's certainly not bad at all. But in the prone, you do probably want a little bit more length of pull. Many of you may be asking, why would I ever add this on the pistol when I could just SBR it and go through that process? Well, a lot of you out there have never gone through that process and don't understand what comes along with it. So just a quick overview, because I do have several SBRs that you guys have seen here on the channel. First off, you have to pay a $200 tax stamp. A lot of folks are simply morally opposed to that. Really, I was for a long time too, then I had to just bite the bullet, because unfortunately the laws that we live under in this country say that we have to. So you may be morally opposed to it and refuse to do it. Same thing with registering a firearm. You have to actually register the firearm, which again, a lot of people are morally opposed to. On top of that, you pay your tax stamp, and you get a 6 to 12 month waiting period depending on where you live. I have had a couple stamps come back recently that took literally 12 months to get back. So the wait is getting longer, and a lot of folks simply don't want to wait for it. Another disadvantage to it is traveling across state lines. Myself, as many of you guys know, I travel a lot, and taking these guns across state lines requires, not these guns, but SBRs, require special permission from the ATF, and it takes time. So if you're trying to plan a trip out, you have to plan a couple months out in advance to wait for your special permission slip from the government to come back and say you can travel across state lines with it. So another disadvantage to it. Now, when you add this, as long as the state that you're going to allows for your pistol to be brought into that state, then it is 100% legal. So that is the big advantage there. It's huge, in fact. And really, that's a big advantage to a lot of folks, including myself. Now, obviously, a few things you want to be mindful of if you're going to do this. You cannot add a vertical grip to a pistol. That's something that's been very well established by the ATF. They put that out for a long time. It's always been the case as far as I know. So if you're going to use these guns for defensive use or anything like that, don't put a vertical grip on there, vertical foregrip on there. If you want to add a light, that's fine. However, avoid that vertical foregrip. You also want to avoid modifying the brace here. So don't put any sort of fillers in there where your arm is designed to go. Don't add duct tape, don't add glue, anything like that to it, because that can blur the line, the very fine line that these stocks are sort of skirting, if you will, the legal line. So those are some tips there for you that I would certainly avoid doing, and reasons behind why you would actually want to pick one of these up versus a stock. Without question, the stock definitely lets you reach out further than you'd be able to without the stock on there, or the stabilizing brace, I should say. Shouldering it definitely increases the range. You can keep that front sight stable and reach out beyond anything you'd be able to do with the pistol. Bottom line is, this stabilizing brace turns this, what was a very limited use pistol, into a very usable, short overall length gun. It could be used for home defense, could be a great truck gun, and you can do that all without paperwork. So all in all, while it looks a little bit funky, I think it's an excellent thing that we're able to actually use these as shoulder stocks now legally. Not that we haven't been before, but that it's official that we can, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So definitely a good thing in my opinion. If you guys have any questions about this video, anything else I talk about here on the channel, you can always post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video.